Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and I have another Legendary Server video in the Lord of the Rings Online, mainly because I'm actually enjoying the server so much I just keep getting ideas for videos like this one. But in this one I actually want to delve more into a question, and the question is, should the Legendary servers have featured instances? So I'll be going over a couple reasons why I think they should and why they shouldn't, and I'm kind of wondering what you all think to it as well. But the gameplay in the background will be on my Warden once again. This time I'm actually doing an instance, so it's relevant to the discussion. I'm tanking Great Barrow on her. But to start off, I'll go over what featured instances even are for anyone unfamiliar with what they are or how they work. So featured instances were introduced a few updates ago to LOTRO as a way to earn daily rewards, really. And by the level 105 cap, when I really got into featured instances, I think they were at their peak of how fun they were and useful they were. And at that point, you could actually do the daily twice, once below the level cap, and that was level 100 to 104 at the time, and then another at the level cap. And then for doing it each time, you got a box, and you could get tokens from the box, or you could even get some gear of similar power for the box, and from the tokens you could barter for rewards. I think it was mainly jewelry at the time, level 105. But as far as the gear goes, it wasn't as good as instance gear or in-game raid gear, but it was acceptable for a level 105 and really good baseline gear, especially for somebody like me who likes to play a lot of ults. So it was a really nice system to get my ults geared up. So they could actually participate in the raids, but they still wouldn't be the best geared at the point. I think it was just a really nice system. And overall, the system was pretty straightforward, and I think it's been mostly neglected since the 105 cap, so you still get a lot of level 105 rewards, not really anything that scales to 120. And at the level 115 cap, they did, from Mordor, it might have been the update after, but they added a new challenge version that you could do for the featured instances and get some rewards for that instead, so you could run the featured instances at the 115 cap in challenge mode, and you would get a different type of box and some different tokens that you could barter for with some level 115 gear that scaled pretty decently. But as far as me participating in that, I didn't find the in-game as fun, so I don't know how useful the rewards were. I think they were pretty useful for level 115s a baseline. They did require a lot of tokens, and that's kind of one thing that turned me off from that. But I think that's enough about the rewards and my kind of rambling on about that. I just wanted to mention that because it's an issue with them, even though I really enjoy featured instances. But I never actually did talk about what featured instances themselves are. So they're chosen out of a rotation based on a particular set of instances. And this set of instances usually changes every major update or so and contains maybe 6 or so different scaling instances. And every week the featured instance is rotated and a new one out of the set is featured. And these instances can vary from time of release, including stuff as early as Great Barrow and even up to the newer Osgiliath instances that I'm aware of are some of the newer ones. And it includes all type of instances, 3, 6, 12 players, your regular small fellowships, fellowship, and even raids. So that's really how the featured instances work on the regular servers right now. And again, I want to ramble a bit about their issues because I do like the idea of featured instances, and that's why I want to bring up this question, should they be in the legendary servers? So the two real answers to this question are really just yes and no, but I will talk a bit about why not first, because that's going to be pretty short. So featured instances weren't in the game during Siege of Angmar and definitely aren't level 50 or below, and the rewards may also upset the balance, or right now lack of balance, in the current state of legendary servers in-game. And I think that is a valid point, but if implemented correctly, I think that featured instances could be a good addition to the legendary servers. And now I will start answering more the yes to the question. The featured instances would obviously have to be changed from how they are now, scaled down to level 50 and stuff, but I think they should be a level 50 only thing for level cap players, and this would just add something new for people who are already capped and running instances and just other things, for some other things for them to do on their character. So this would mean one reward box for level cap player per day if they do it every day for the daily, and with each legendary server update of content to higher levels, Standing Stone Games could just adjust the level and rewards for the featured instances, I think, if they want to keep them going, which if they implement them, I think they would, and I would want that. So right now, I think the best implementation would be to include all the scaling instances as possible featured instances, and again, rotate it on a weekly basis like the current system is. Not really much to change there. And with the instances currently available, the scaling ones, this is actually a somewhat large pool you could get each week, and then So the second thing that would need to be taken care of is the rewards. I think adding a new source of gear would be good for the game in general, just to give additional variety to players on how they can gear themselves. And I wouldn't mind an implementation similar to how it was at the level 105 cap. Maybe you can randomly get some armor from the boxes that is maybe on par with level 50, but some of the instances and raids at level 50 can still give you better armor, and maybe like how they were at the 105 cap, you can barter for jewelry from the tokens you get from boxes. That's just an option, and there really are a lot of different options on how gear from the featured instances could work. But I think a big point here to make is, as long as the rewards aren't overpowered but provide an alternative and really just serves a purpose, especially how it was at the 105 cap, serves a good purpose for fresh level cap characters, I think it could be a good system as just an additional gear source. And now that I think about it, maybe the boxes could just include already existing instance gear, as if it were from like a chest from a boss in an instance actually, and include marks and medallions for barter. And that way you don't really convolute the in-game gearing system and keep consistent with what you barter and the pieces you get already from doing instances. In fact, after thinking about that now, I think it would probably be the best way to implement them instead of what I was talking about earlier, like it was at the 105 cap. And really just what this would provide is just additional daily rewards for running whatever featured instance that you might end up running anyway for gear or for fun. So that was about it for this somewhat short video. I just wanted to share the idea I had and why I think adding featured instances could be a great thing for the legendary servers if implemented well. Again, I still do want to know your all's thoughts on if they should add featured instances at all, or if they should just not add them. And I do hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, and again sharing your opinion on them adding the featured instances to the legendary servers. And thanks for watching.